Okay, folks, welcome back to the channel. One more test we're going to do with this Kia Soul EV. What we're going to test is two separate driving trips. One in D mode, just a regular driving mode, and the other one in B regen mode. And I want to see which one is going to be better, which one's going to have a better range, or which one's going to have a better energy consumption. We're going to be on the highway for probably 2/3 of the time. Going to be set our cruise at 105 kilometers an hour for both trips. We're going to have the automatic heat on at 22.5, and we're going to have the seat warmers on at level 1. Everything else is going to remain the same. Battery's going to be topped up at 100%, and let me just show you right now. So here are the stats. Battery's at 100%, 106 kilometers of range to go. Level 1 heat. We're going to put this on auto for 22 degrees, as you can see there. I'm just going to turn it down for now. When we start going, I'll put it on auto. I just want to turn it down so you guys can actually hear me. Reset the tripometer and everything there, as you can see. -5. It's pretty cold tonight. -5. Let's reset the energy consumption to 0. And we're going to go. The first trip is going to be in B mode. And then day 2, we're going to do it in D mode. Okay, folks, back for night 2. 100% range again. 103 kilometers of range. It's been cold last few days, so I think it's going down now. But we'll calculate it from here and see what it is. Here, as you can see, it's -7. It was -7 last night too. It's just it started off at -5, and by the time I got to my destination, it was -7. So roughly around the same. It may go down a degree or two, so generally it's going to be the same. Let's restart or reset the energy consumption, and let's begin. Everything's going to be the same. That's going to be on level 1 heated seats, and automatic climate is going to be at 22. Let's start. Okay, folks, we are here. Let me give you the stats. First, let's do on this screen. Temperature went down to -7. The whole trip took us an average of 61 kilometers per hour was the speed, and it took us 43 minutes. Distance traveled was 44.5. As you can see there, the range left is 64. Coming over here, we used the energy consumption was 20.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And let's see what the battery is left. We have 58% battery left. Okay, folks, finished up our second drive there. And as you can see, we've got 53 kilometers of range left. 44.6 kilometers traveled. Average speed was 61 kilometers an hour. It took us 43 minutes. Temperature is -8, so a little bit colder than last night. I forget all the other numbers from last night other than the temperature. I remember that the temperature was -7 last night. Tonight's -8, so fairly accurate. I'll have to go back and check the video for the other numbers. Coming over here, you can see 54% of battery left, and let's see what the the energy consumption was 22.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I think, like I said, I forget the numbers from last night, but I think that's a little bit higher. Okay, folks, if we take a look at the data here for both trips with B and with D mode on both different days, the trip distance, 44.6 kilometers, were exactly the same. The average speed, 61 kilometers, both the same. The time it took, 43 minutes, those are both the same. Temperature was off by 1 degree. I can't see that being a big, huge difference. So let's look at the differences now. They're pretty big differences. The energy consumption using B mode was 20.6. Using D mode with less regen is 22.5. A difference of 2 kilowatt per hour difference. That's almost 2. That's quite a big difference in my opinion. Looking further down at the battery and the range information, using B mode, using more regen, at the end of our trip we had 64 kilometers of range left, where using only D and less regen, we had over 10 kilometers less. 53 kilometers. Now keep in mind, when we started, there was a difference of 3 kilometers. On the first night, it was 106 we started with, and the second night was 103. Moving forward over to the battery status, that works out to a difference of 4% in battery. So you actually, in just a 44.5 kilometers, we saved 4% on our battery. That might not sound like a lot, but that could make the difference between running out of battery or not running out of battery. At the end of the day, that's a big difference. So wrapping this up, folks, you guys be the judge. I think I know my conclusion and my opinion on whether B mode, more regen, is better than D mode, less regen. This was just my test, not scientific at all, but that's my test, folks. So, folks, you make the decision for yourself. You tell yourself whether it's worth driving in B mode while on the highway or not. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you later.